what he's saying. So I walked away and I went back to drink my coffee. I find out from my Asian friend, my 22-year-old Asian friend, she says, the man right there told him, don't go outside with him. I looked at the man and I said, why'd you do that? And he starts giving me something or other about, he says, well, are you a father? And I looked at him and I said, yeah. I said, and you are too. So now kumbaya, we're all going to get along, and whatever you did, because you're a father. So what the hell's that got to do with anything? He says, well, the kid was scared. I said, and I'm a fat Jew sitting in a comfy seat. What the hell how intimidating could that be? I'm talking to this guy back and forth, the kumbaya father. When I hear my name called, and I look over, it's two of the biggest fucking cops I've ever seen in my life. Fucking monsters. Of course, I was sitting down, so maybe they looked taller than they should have been. So this one cop wants to talk to me. I said, oh, all right. He says, let's go outside and talk. Same thing I said. They fucking correct. Right? And we get outside, and the cop says something. I said, let me stop you right there. He says, huh? I said, I'm not going to talk to you. He says, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm not going to have a conversation with you. I'm not going to answer any questions. He says, well, I just want to find out what was. I said, you're not going to find out anything because I'm not going to talk to you. I said, now, if you want me, I said, you're not going to get any information out of me. He says, well, I know your first name. I said, well, that's great. He says, I need to know your last name. I said, you don't need to know it. I said, you may want to know it, but you don't need to know it. I said, are you detaining me? He says, yes.
Jew, are you trolling my show?
No. I said, you're detaining me for what? I said, you're detaining me based on what?
Okay, you took us completely off topic.
Oh, I don't even know what the topic was. I just jumped in. That's what I always do.
I'd like to answer his question about why Christians are not.
Well, let me finish my story.
God, I hate these shows.
So I did exactly what I saw on all the YouTube videos. And as soon as I told the cop, I said to him, I said, well, you either have an articulable suspicion that rises to the level of a Terry stop or you don't. And he laughed. That was sort of the end of it. He realized he was getting nothing out of me. That's part one of the story. As I was leaving, he calls out to me and says, did you drive here? I was not stupid enough to go back to my car so I could run my plate like an idiot. This is all over a born-again Christian with no sense of humor. Why is that they have no sense of humor?
Well, look around, man. Our country's falling apart. Our whole world's falling apart. What is there to laugh about?
What's that got to do with a born-again Christian?
Huh?
Hey, Jew.
I said born-again Christians have no sense of humor.
Yeah.
Proven to me today. Why?
It's the fire. The fire inside them. They know they're right.
They're right.
I think a lot of them go take it kind of too far, personally.
I think you're trying to make a collective out of one person. I have an excellent sense of humor.
No. I've seen a lot of. There are some of them that have a good sense of humor, but.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I know people that never laugh, ever. Those kind of people scare me.
Never laugh.
Those people scare me to death. I know people on the internet that I've talked to several times that never laugh. No matter.
That's this guy.
I can be on my best game, and they never laugh. And those kind of people scare me.
The police on me, and I don't even know what for.
It's ridiculous.
Most people just have a power complex.
Some people do.
Well, probably because you was a lot bigger than him. He probably was just, was he a little guy?
Man, I just stayed home.
I'm in another room talking to somebody. I'm not even near him. Not even.
I just call everybody idiots. I just think everybody's an idiot. I mean, just everybody. Everybody's turned idiot nowadays. It just seems like everybody's an idiot. I'm serious. It's like everybody's an idiot. I'm like,
have acted the same way, Jew, if it would have been a 275-pound shaved-headed Christian biker?
Probably. I talk to big black people and so on all the time, so I would have to say yes.
Cool.
But now comes the second part of the story, if you'd like to hear it.
Debbie, you want to hear it?
I'll leave it up to Debbie because she seemed upset with the first part of the story.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
I picked up my son and went to another Starbucks in the next town over, different police department. But while I was there, I was the witness to the police pulling over what looked like 16, 17-year-old kids, guy and a girl. And they had, just as I was watching, they had handcuffed the kid. It looked like he was 15, maybe 16, 17 years old. They had handcuffed him and put him in the back of a police cruiser. The girl they were talking to, and they weren't really bothering with, but they were searching the vehicle. And I knew that they were going to arrest the girl, that they were playing good cop, bad cop. I'm officer, nice guy. And they were going to arrest the girl anyway, even though she probably thought maybe they wouldn't. I don't know what they found in the car. Probably a piece of dust that was marijuana or who knows what it was. And I was thinking to myself, these kids don't know that they don't have to let the cops search their vehicle. I have often said that video, the one online from Professor James Duane, the one that says don't talk to the police, that should be required viewing for anybody who's got a kid in that age, a kid who's driving.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I watched them handcuff the girl after about 20 minutes, after they first handcuffed the male, and the male officer pats her down, and then puts her in the vehicle. And then there's 4 of them total, 4 officers. And then they leave one, 2 cars just leave. And one male officer gets into the vehicle of the 2 people they just arrested and drives off in it. Did you hear anything like that?
Absolutely. Obama called for a civilian army, and that's what he's getting.
Well, I have come up with the idea of creating a sort of task force of people that know the law, like what happened to me today, because I didn't get asked for ID. I wasn't told that I had to tell them. I was pretty clear that I knew what I was talking about, and they left me be. They just finally said, but it was funny because when I left, when he called out and asked me if I had driven a car or not, I walked down to the McDonald's, which was sort of next door, past a row of stores, and when I went inside the McDonald's and sat down, I saw the cop drive by looking for me to see what car I got into, figuring I was parked over there. But I was inside the McDonald's. I left my car at the Starbucks.
Yeah, that's going on all over the world.
Later.
Have you heard of callblock.org?
Yeah, I watch all the videos. Point is, I think that there needs to be people who go into the schools and to educate these kids, because here I'm looking at, they look like normal kids to me. They didn't look like they were troublemakers in any way. And yet they're locked up in the back of police cars going to wherever they're going. And they're not even, I don't even think they were 18 yet. They're juveniles.
Has Debbie ever been in trouble with the law? Debbie! Debbie!
What? What? No, I've never even had a ticket. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness! Hey, do you know anybody that's ever been?
Never had a ticket?
No.
Never had a ticket.
She does the smile technique, I bet, and gets tickets. Do you get out of tickets, Debbie?
Nope, I don't even get pulled over. I don't do anything to get pulled over.
I don't. I've never had a. I got an OWI once, and ended up getting it reduced to
following too close.
Driving left of center ticket, but
I got a DUI when I was 16, and I had like 3 bottles of gin in the car, and when the cop slammed the door, all the bottles fell, so he couldn't use them as evidence.
Oh boy.
The Jew did not troll your show.
You are so trolling my show.
I am not.
But I'm acknowledging it and allowing it because I'm a sweetheart.
I'm just telling you my psychotic flypaper story of the day.
That's fine. You know I love you. I love you. I love Chris Nelson. And he puffed off mad like a little puff puff.
And I didn't understand the question about...
Oh, you know what? Speaking of puff puffs, I ate at the finest
Mommy.
French restaurant on Sunday. I had a lovely buffet.
Nightmare on Elm
Did you ever go to one of those buffets where they have...
No, we're going to talk about
serving and
chemtrails now.
everything?
Shut up. Okay, chemtrails, the link that Slayer54... Oh, look at this. Y'all click the link that I put in the group chat. It's cool. Look at this. It gives you the
I got YouTube. If you go to my YouTube channel, I got video chemtrails.
No, that's not it. This gives you a live update on where the chemtrails are bad right now and stuff. And
They're
then
bad
it's Fukushima facts and how to protect yourself and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Move to Chile.
So have you heard of anybody having swollen lymph nodes in your area, HLB?
I have swollen lymph nodes at the moment. Lymph nodes.
In your neck or
Just say-
else?
Did you just say swollen lymph nodes?
I don't know. What are they called? No, you're
Nodes.
Hey, JT, Staten, that says cancer is a fungus and can be cured with baking soda. My wife cured her breast cancer with baking soda.
I've heard about
I
it.
would do anything to have a show on that. I did a show on that on Blog Talk Radio, and they laughed me off of the network practically because of it. No, I'm joking, of course.
Tell you what baking soda is good for is heartburn. If you ever have heartburn, put a little bit in some water and drink it, and your heartburn's gone.
Let's just ask Victor. Victor, do I ever drink baking soda?
Yes, definitely.
Like every day. I've got it right here in front of me. I live on baking soda. Well, you know what I mean. I'm
it's a
joking.
yeast infection.
What? I've
Baking
never had a
soda's
yeast
great for
infection in my
yeast.
life. My doctor has got me on the board as being the freak of nature that's never once had a yeast infection. I think it's because I do baking soda.
Full-on fallopian fungus.
Grandfather did it
Probably.
every night before he went to bed.
It's right here in front of me. Here's my box.
Nothing worse than a good yeast infection.
Shut up, grouchy butt. Oh, my God. My grandfather did baking soda. Every day we had to beat him to death at age 93. He started smoking filterless Camels when he was 4 years old practically. And he just believed in alkalining your body with it. But then again, he wasn't showered every day with chemtrails like we are and ate garbage that they call fast food.
And it's seeing as how much chemicals you put in a pool, I think it does sound right to do it with your body.
Well, I do it because cancer is a fungus. That's a fact. It cannot survive in an alkaline environment. If you alkaline your body with baking soda in a glass of water every day, I only do about a quarter cup of water and like 2 tablespoons or a tablespoon of baking soda. And it'll make you burp real loud, but it makes you feel great. And also apple cider vinegar.
At the same time, because that's a talent.
Do what?
Burp and fart at the same time.
I didn't hear him. I don't have my headphones on.
You said you burp and fart at the same time.
Well, I don't do that either. But anyway, also apple cider vinegar. So I thought y'all were going to be serious for a minute.
I am. Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm all right.
I'm here. I thought y'all were going to be serious.
Oh, I'm serious.
I'm
Well-
thinking about going to a steak buffet. It's called Fire Mountain in Pennsylvania. What are you guys' ideas on that?
Go ahead,
Where
grab
in
one stick,
Pennsylvania?
man.
Excuse me?
Where in Pennsylvania?
Robinson.
Where is that? Western PA?
Yes.
My advice is don't go.
You think they have